I began attending Jack's Snaz 3 years and 10 months ago after being invited to attend by my wonderful friend, Martha. The first Sunday that I attended, I was unsure what to wear, how to act, and what to expect of the service. I was even unsure if God would connect with me because I felt so distant from Him and felt that I had failed Him in some way. I thought that all the mistakes I had made in my life were too much for even the love of God to overcome. I remember that Bryce gave the message that day, and I felt as though he was speaking directly to me. Tears filled my eyes, and I felt a sense of peace and belonging that I had never felt in a church before. I grew up attending a Lutheran church with my family, but I never felt connected to God. I simply went through the motions of believing because I thought that was what I was supposed to do. There were times that I would attend church regularly, and other times when it would be months before I went back. As I began my high school career, I also began battling an eating disorder, which would claim 8 years of my life. I hated my body and myself. With each eating disordered behavior I engaged in, I was slowly killing myself and moving farther away from God. I felt that with all the damage I had done to my body, that I had moved so far away from Him that He would never want me back. I struggled with self-hate and self-loathing. I could not believe that God could still love me when I so despised myself. My world was collapsing around me, and I struggled to believe that God even existed. For many years, I was ashamed and embarrassed to find any connection with God. I constantly wondered how He could love someone like me. I was not thin enough, pretty enough, or just plain good enough for His love. In 2008, I made the decision to fully recover from the eating disorder that had claimed so much of my life, and I never looked back. I was attending school at Spring Arbor University, and I was beginning to warm to the idea of having Christ in my life. I began attending church again, although I struggled to find a church home where I belonged. When I met Martha in 2009, I shared with her my struggle, and that's when I began attending Jack's Snaz. In the time I've attended this church, my life has changed dramatically. I am closer to God than I ever thought I could be, and I now realize that even when I am at my lowest point and completely lost, God still loved me and ached for me to come back to Him. He never once turned His back on me through all of the struggles that I dealt with. He was there quietly whispering to me and urging me to fall into His unconditional love and warm embrace. I know that God is the only reason that I survived the eating disorder when so many others have lost their battle. I have made amazing friends since coming to Jack's Snaz, and God has used this body of believers to change my heart. I am so thankful that I have found a church that will come alongside me where I am in my journey and help me continue to grow in my faith and to grow even closer to God. It has been a blessing to work with the children of Bright Beginnings each week and to see them learn about Jesus. I am so excited to see what God will do with my future and how He will use me not only in the church but in the community. I am so thankful to have Phil and Tracy with me to baptize me. God has blessed me with Tracy's friendship and her hand as I have walked through a new chapter of healing. In the past 8 months, God continues to bless me with a body here at Jack's Snaz. Tonight is a special night for me, as I not only get baptized, but I become a member of this amazing church.
You've been an inspiration to us in so many ways. I was thinking today, that great passage of the lost son. The father said, This is my son who was lost and was found. This is my son who was dead and is now alive. God's just giving your life back to you, isn't He? So we can celebrate death and resurrection right now. So it's our honor then to baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son,